We discuss, we argue, and sometimes we may go a bit off tangent. It's the Grumpy Beards Podcast. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Grumpy Beards Podcast. My name's Sugoi Kuma, and with me is my co-host, Aniki. How you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. What is it? I can't even talk now, Daniel. We took too much of a break.
You nailed that intro.
We took too much of a break. Now I can't even talk.
Sir, what break? We're back on our regular 2-week schedule, you know?
Nah. It's been like 3 weeks since we recorded.
No, it hasn't.
It's felt like 3 weeks since we recorded.
Sir, we're recording on a Thursday. Normally we would have recorded yesterday, but we prioritized Mario Party. We're off. We're on schedule. We're off by a day.
Okay.
So that's just you and, you're old.
Just me and me.
Yeah,
okay.
Just you being old.
All right.
But yes, welcome. This episode 9. We've done only 9 of these. I feel like we've done more. But
yeah,
there have been some gaps in there. It's just been a long time. The almost 6-month mark. Almost.
Is it?
Maybe fifth month. We talked about this an episode or two ago, and I forgot to go back and look. I can probably just check real quick, but who has time for that? Nobody. To our returning listeners, welcome back. Hope y'all been enjoying the episodes. New listeners, new viewers, how you doing? Heard the intro. We go a little off tangent. We try to stay on topic. And today's topic is going to be food related. Food is something that is a big passion of ours.
Yes.
I've mentioned it a few times on here. I do barbecue on the side. I absolutely love barbecue. Anyone from the north, I'm talking about true barbecue, for us down here in the south. Low and slow, or, I'll do hot and fast sometimes. I enjoy both,
Depends how tender you want it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It surprised me when I, the first time that I heard that people referred to barbecue as, like in other parts of the United States, they barbecue like hot dogs and burgers. I'm like, no. Brisket, ribs, pulled pork, chicken. You essentially throw big chunks of meat on there.
See, I guess me... I'm originally from Mexico, so you think of a barbecue. I do kind of think of burgers, carne asada, that kind of.
But do y'all call it barbecue? Do y'all call it carne asada?
No, carne asada, yeah.
Exactly. See,
no, but I mean, me growing up here after I came from Mexico and watching TV, on TV, whenever a show would say, "Hey, we're gonna have a barbecue," it was. On TV, the exposure I got it. Hey, it's a get together where people are cooking, pull out a grill and they're making burgers, they're making hot dogs, probably near a pool. So I see why other people would think of barbecue, as something like that.
Yeah. See, I've always just cookout. That's what it's always kind of been.
Yeah, and then before actually trying real Texas barbecue, like whenever my mind thought of barbecue, was of probably meat smothered in barbecue sauce.
Yeah, that for the longest was also my idea of it.
That's what I thought, and I always was like, no, you know what, I don't like it because it was really sweet. Especially, I think there's some areas where that's what it is, and and the barbecue is super sweet, where it's like, why would I? At least for me, I love meat. We're gonna get into what type of food we like, but hey, I love a steak. I love a nice steak. And if you're putting sauce on some kind of meat, it kills the flavor for it. At least that. Yeah, that's my opinion.
And it depends, because I used to have the same mindset, but I've opened my mind, my palate to new things. Like saucy stuff, like smothering meat and barbecue sauce, like you were saying first. That I don't like that. Like there's time and place for it. Like burnt ends, Ribs sometimes, if it's cooked with the sauce.
I like the vinegar based sauces. That I enjoy, and the ones that have a little kick on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that. But sweet barbecue, I've tried. I think there was, and we're already going off tangents. Um, there was a barbecue place in Florida that I went to once, and it the brisket was good. I tried the brisket sandwich,
Mm-hmm.
and the only thing that I that wasn't too keen on was they had a lot of barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
It was basically chopped meat with just barbecue sauce. I think some onions, and that
Mm-hmm.
was it.
Yeah. So sauce should be optional on the side. For there to add as much as you want. Because
Yeah.
some people do just really like a bunch of sauce. Um, you know, I feel the exception, especially for us being Mexican. Salsa.
Oh, again,
It's not sweet though,
again,
like you said. It's not sweet.
that's the thing. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's not sweet. Like, and
That's,
I'm the first one to say I didn't eat salt. It's probably been about a year since I've actually stepped out of my comfort zone because I didn't like any type of a spicy salsa or anything like that. In the past 6 months, I've definitely stepped out of my comfort zone
mm-hmm.
and eaten more. And definitely, yeah, people would tell me before, heck, hell, you're missing out on the food because it's like this adds another layer to it. This
Mm-hmm.
this makes it better.
See,
And
and you get to experience that better, and then I take it a step further where it just becomes pain and torture to yourself.
yeah, yeah. See, uh, again, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves, but there's a YouTuber that I follow, and like one of the things he said is like you want it to be nummy. You want it to like when you eat it, it kind of numbs your tongue, and you feel it in your tongue, you feel it in your lips,
Mm-hmm.
but and that's the kind of flavor that that spice that adds depth of flavor to your food.
Mm-hmm.
You take it to a different level. uh we have video and picture evidence of what happens when you go to that level, sir.
Do y'all have video and pictures of the parking lot?
uh
Because I have pictures of the restaurant and the events
I will.
inside.
I believe I have pictures of you on a cart,
Okay,
on a grocery cart.
so we'll back it up a little bit. Um, First of all, I love spiciness. I love everything spicy. I love as hot as possible. I love spicy food. Love it. Unfortunately, my tolerance has gone down the last 10 years. Um, After I moved out of my parents' house and everything, because my mom would make everything spicy.
Mhm.
Everything would be spicy, and I loved it. So my tolerance was high up there. Just eating like if she didn't make a salsa, she's like, ah, there's a habanero. Just
Just
bite into that.
write it. Yeah.
That was that kind of person. And then of course, then moved out. Didn't cook food as spicy because my then girlfriend, now wife, she had no tolerance. So over the years, hers has actually gone up, and mine's gone down a bit. Well,
Hmm.
a few years back, we went and I saw a Godzilla ramen challenge,
Yep.
and I knew I had to do it. Had to. And it was all of us. It was like what, 8, 10 of us that went out
Yeah,
to have
yeah.
ramen
It was the whole group.
the whole group.
What's the name of the ramen place?
We won't mention the ramen place because I'm gonna talk a little shit. Um,
Okay.
I kid. The ramen was okay. It was
Yeah.
okay. We went for the challenge. Everybody else came along to watch me suffer. Our buddy Bit 10, he decided to jump in on the challenge last minute.
Yep.
Poor guy. He took like, I think two, maybe 3 bites.
Yeah, I think it's a couple slurps of the broth.
Yeah, and it,
Yeah.
it, it knocked him out. I almost finished. I came so close. I couldn't do it. I had to tap out. They brought it out and it was just a bright red.
Yep.
And I attacked it.
Almost.
I thought I was doing well and failed. I failed, and then uh, I felt it hit my stomach. I was in pain for the next few hours.
I
Um,
remember I remember our friend Bit 10, like his face and his complexion changed
mhm,
the moment he took a couple of slurps of that of
mhm,
the broth. And then I remember after you were almost done, you got to a point where same thing. You started sweating, and then your face changed. You started getting pale.
mhm.
Like both of you guys started getting pale.
Yeah, and I have a strategy for if I were to tackle it again. I feel like I'm a little more confident. I know what I'm going up against. So if they ever bring it back, I'm all for it. But yeah, no, we they gave me a little yogurt drink to kind of help with it. Did nothing at
The
all.
Yakult, yeah,
And then there was an H Mart that was close by. I was in Pando, and there happened to be a shopping cart there. So we got me into the shopping cart, and y'all just pushed me over to the H Mart, and y'all bought me some milk based products to
yeah,
help with the
yeah.
pain.
And then we went the extra step. Well, where we put the milk based products inside of
Inside of a brown bag.
a bag. So you're there, pale, sitting inside the shopping cart. Uh, and it was in winter. It was cold. So
Hmm.
you were wearing I think a sweatshirt. You're wearing a beanie. It almost looked like you were uh, a hobo because of the way you were dressed and the way you're faced and everything, and with
The
the
drink in the
brown
brown
bag.
bag. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It was quite a sight. If we find those pictures and videos, we'll post it on our social on
yeah.
Instagram at
I gotta look
Grumpy
it up.
Grits Pod. Um,
I think my brother might have some pictures.
oh yeah, well, I'm sure everybody does.
Yeah,
But that was a fun
yeah.
experience. Um, um, but yeah, no, love spicy stuff. Um, but no, speaking of ramen, I mean that's probably one of our favorite foods that we go
Definitely.
out for. Especially you. You're always getting Maru ramen. You
Well, the thing
always,
is, I
always.
that is by far my favorite ramen here
Yo, this
in
man,
DFW.
like once a week, getting and just enjoying big old bowls of ramen. He's like, I felt slightly chilly today. Go get me some ramen.
Hey,
I
it's
accomplished this task 5 minutes sooner than I thought. I'm gonna treat myself to some ramen. Hmm, it's only 5 minutes from where I'm at. I'm gonna get some ramen. It's only 20-minute drive. I'm gonna get some ramen.
no, but yeah, for sure. Ramen is one of the foods I enjoy the most. And it's funny because as growing up, one of the things that I hated the most was any food that had a broth in it.
Hmm.
Like I did not enjoy as Mexicans or as Hispanics, you get caldo de res,
Mm-hmm.
which uh, was basically beef stew in English. That,
Yeah,
that's what it.
beef stew.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, our version of a beef stew.
Yeah, and when I was little, I hated it. Uh, I didn't. I never liked broths, and then what made it worse is as a kid, didn't want to listen to my parents and didn't want to eat the broth. When I lived in Mexico, my mom would make caldo de res and put the plate in front of me. I would eat some of it. There was things in it that I didn't
Mm-hmm.
like the cabbage, like they put, depending on where you live in Mexico, the recipe changes. Like in ours, my mom would put cabbage, and she would put oh, what the hell is the name of that? Chayote.
Hmm.
And
Um,
I did not. I don't know how to say that in English, but I did not enjoy the texture of those two vegetables
it's
when they're
essentially a
stewed.
squash.
Yeah, it's a type of
It's a
squash.
type of squash. Yeah, I couldn't
Yeah,
remember either.
and so I wouldn't eat it.
Hmm.
And then what would happen is my mom would be like, "Okay, you don't want to eat it, sure, but you're not getting up from the table until it's gone."
Mm-hmm.
And it would get to a point where the you're getting beef stew. Beef is fatty. What happened? I don't know if you've ever let a beef stew, caldo de res, just sit,
Yeah, yeah,
and what ends up happening?
yeah. It ends up like what's the word for it? Something with a C.
Congealed.
Yeah, there you go. Yes.
The beef fat
Mm-hmm.
that comes
Starts
from the that's
solidifying
in
on
that
top, yeah,
starts
around it.
solidifying and gets
Mm-hmm.
congealed, and it would just make it worse.
Yummy beef stew jello. Mm-mm-mm.
Pretty much. So from then, that was back when I was maybe like 8 years old, and from that experience, like I hated anything that had a stew. And then now to me loving ramen, like I go. We might be exaggerating that I go like once a week. I might go once every 3 weeks for sure.
No,
No, yes, sir.
you post about it maybe once every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but I feel like you don't tell us every time you get ramen.
It's not my fault that the ramen places are near the areas where I work, sir.
Yeah, 5 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes away.
Nah, 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 nah. That's way too much. No, but I do enjoy a good bowl of ramen. For sure, my favorite place here in DFW is definitely Model Ramen. That's over. If you're in the DFW area, you might know it. It's pretty much off 75 and Greenville Avenue, in the Richardson area. That is by far my favorite place to get ramen, and some of the appetizers are great too. Like they to my liking, they have the best karage there, and then they have the pickles, the little pickle platter, the
Mm.
sukamono. Like those, anytime I go there, those are some of the things. Especially if we're going as a group, we definitely order
Mm.
those side items too.
Yep. See, Maru's good. I'm a fan of Hakata ramen. Uh,
Hakata ramen, yeah,
uh,
I would say it's a close second.
mm,
Close second, maybe it might be basic. It's modern ramen. I would say it's probably 1A. Uh, Jinja Ramen. They recently opened one here in DFW.
mm-hmm.
The only thing it's in the Victory Park area, so it's a little bit harder to get in and out.
Yeah.
You got to worry about parking. Uh, that's definitely my second favorite. I tried that when we went. The first time I tried that is when we went to Houston. When we went to visit the NASA, we did the whole tour. I don't know if you went. Your wife went though.
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah. Uh, we did that. That ramen there was really good. And then what's it? Ramen Hakata. Those are those are definitely the top three. Uh, at least to me here in DFW.
Uh, See, I usually just stick to Maru or Hakata.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't really tried any newer places. I want to
I've tried.
eventually.
I've tried.
Like
I've tried.
nothing memorable. Like I've tried either myself or my wife have tried like a quick bowl of ramen at like these other restaurants. Like you can get it as a like it's not the main focus. It's like a side main dish or something, or it's like a smaller portion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like so it's
I,
just
I,
basic stuff. Not
I've definitely gone to other ramen places, but at least to me, they don't measure up uh to the three that I mentioned.
hmm,
I've gone to a couple of the places in Deep Ellum, which they're supposed to. They have good ramen,
hmm,
but they're not great ramens.
hmm.
At least in my personal opinion.
Yeah. See, and the one thing I want to try next is pho, which I feel like I'm the only one in our group that has not had pho yet.
It, if you want a inexpensive and tasty pho, it's. I'm surprised you lived so close to a pho place. Uh, Off of Norwest Highway and Jupiter Road, or Norwest, not Jupiter, Norwest Highway and Plano Road.
Hmm.
Like you live down the street from there.
At one point,
There,
yes.
yeah. there was or there is a pho place called Pho Hanabi, and it's I think it's probably the only pho place that I've tried here in Dallas that
Hmm.
because again it's not something that that we I often go get, but that's one of the places I do like. It's not it's a little it's kind of like hole in the wall place. It's pretty inexpensive, and the food tastes real good.
Hmm.
Uh, I was actually out there 2 days ago. Uh, Me, my brother, and his wife, we went to we went out to eat, and we went there. We didn't get pho this time. We tried some of their other items. I
Hmm.
think I got a beef a teriyaki beef plate with vermicelli noodles, a fried egg, and oh no, it wasn't vermicelli noodles. It was steamed rice, fried egg, the beef, and vegetables. Tasty as hell,
Hmm.
and it's only like $9.
Not bad. Place that I've been wanting to go to is Chris and John's up in northern Dallas, Plano area.
Mm-hmm.
Like I followed them on Instagram, and God, stuff just looks good. So good. I feel the longer I wait, the more it's gonna be underwhelming when I finally try it.
You're gonna hype it up so much.
Yeah.
Uh, like I was talking earlier about a YouTuber I follow all the time. I follow
Follow.
Strictly
You mean
Dumpling.
worship?
Nah, 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 nah,
Worship, sir.
I,
Worship.
I do try to try a lot of the places he shows.
Worship.
Um, but Strictly
Super fan
Dumpling,
Aniki.
Mike Chen. I was super excited when he moved here to DFW for a little bit, and so he actually did a couple series of videos of restaurants here in DFW.
Hmm.
So it's like I did make my list. Hey, I want to try this place. I want to go here. Like he showed off a really good uh, a couple really good fried chicken places that I do want to try. And speaking of pho, he showed off a place I think up in the Richardson Carrollton area, where they sell pho, but they also sell a pho burrito.
Hmm.
All the things that would be inside the pho
Hmm.
in a burrito.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like so that's just that's one of the fusion foods that I might want to try at least just to see what it tastes like.
But sir, you hate burritos.
I know,
You
I know,
hate burritos.
I know,
Just
but
but because the man you worship said to go try it, you're gonna go try it. Mm-hmm.
well, see, that's the thing.
At least
It's a
you're willing to open. You know,
it's a burrito, but it's not a Tex-Mex thing. Yes,
still a burrito. Still a burrito.
but it's not Tex-Mex because it's a Vietnamese things inside of it.
Excuse me.
But yes, as Sugoi is starting to say,
I
probably
haven't
one
said
of my
anything.
well, you're nudging to it, and
I just said you don't like burritos. That's all I
I'll
said.
own up to it now. One of my least favorite foods is Tex-Mex food. I do not, for the life of me, enjoy it. I've gone to some of the the higher praised Tex-Mex foods here in DFW, and there's Christina's. I've gone there. There's Coquitas. Coquitas is, as far as I know, it's supposed to be one of the better Tex-Mex places.
It's not Tex-Mex.
The food they sell is Tex-Mex, sir.
Coquita is not Tex-Mex.
Oh, come on.
Coquitas is not Tex-Mex, sir.
Sir, it is.
No.
It is. This is not. It's not Mexican food.
So there's a reason we haven't brought up food, and it's been 9 episodes.
What they sell there is not Mexican food. It's Tex-Mex food.
Sir, they have pozole, menudo, chile rellenos, tacos. That's Mexican. Look at him furiously typing away.
Yeah.
What else I have from there? I've had caldo de res, mole from there. Yeah, they offer some Tex-Mex stuff, like nachos and whatever, but what place doesn't? A lot of places do. Just like you can go to a hole in the wall Mexican restaurant, um, and get tenders and fries, for the kids. For those unfamiliar, Cuquitas is a really good Mexican restaurant here in the DFW area. They have about, I think, 2 locations.
I think there's 2 left. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's one in. There used to be one in. And I know there's one over on Norwest Highway, and near 635,
Hmm.
and there's the one in East Dallas.
Yeah, in Garland area.
Well, no, well the Garden area is the one on 635 in Norwest.
Oh yeah, you said so.
Yeah, and then the one in East Dallas, it's off of I think Henderson or Jefferson.
Oh okay. Then there's the one on in North Dallas, off by the High Five, off Spring Valley.
Oh,
yeah. But yeah, some of the best chile rellenos I've had ever have been from Cuquitas. This man doesn't know what he talks about. He shames Tex-Mex, which is fine. Which is fine. Everybody has their preference. Everybody has their preference.
That's definitely my.
But to call this place Tex-Mex and then to praise Velvet Taco.
No, sir. I never.
Shame. But what else to expect from a man who hates Dragon Ball Z? I shouldn't be surprised.
Oh gosh.
For those that don't know, Velvet Taco is a chain that does fusion tacos. They just take an entree and put in a tortilla and charge you $25 and tell you, here you go.
$25, sir. It's about $10 a taco, which definitely it's expensive, but it's one of the best back then. I haven't been there, and last time I went to Velvet Taco was probably 2 years ago. But when I went there before, I always got the what was it? Then it was the number 12, if I remember correctly. It's basically a brisket taco.
That's how much he loves it. Remembers the menu.
A brisket taco with where the flour tortilla has cheese on it on the outside that has been what do you call it, fried, I guess. So the cheese is hard. Then inside it's got brisket, it's got corn, it's got avocado.
What kind of cheese?
Oh god, I don't remember what kind of cheese. But it's got the avocado, the salsa, micro. Back then it had micro. What's that? Cilantro. It was damn good.
Micro cilantro? What's that?
Yes.
Micro.
Just tiny cilantro.
Oh, okay.
Baby cilantro, basically.
Oh, okay. I was truly confused by that.
You never heard of microgreens, sir?
Maybe. Sorry, I had a burp come in and I pulled the mic super close to me for dramatic effect. I was about to burp into it. I didn't want our producer to yell at us.
but it's been a hell of a long time since I've been in Velvet. I think the reason I found it was because I was working doing Faber back then, picking up food from them.
Yeah. Well, I for one enjoy Tex-Mex. I like finding good Tex-Mex places. They sometimes have really good brunch. I enjoy a nice queso, queso and guac. There's not really a type of food that I hate. Because no, I'll try anything, and I've tried just about most types of food, and I can't say for sure there's one that I stay away from and absolutely hate with every fiber of my being like you do. which I just don't get, how you can just hate things, sir. How you can hate food. As big of a foodie as you, and you just hate, There's disliking, and then there's just hate a whole category, not just like certain things from Tex-Mex. You know, you just hate the whole category. You know, and coming from a man whose favorite snack is.
Which one?
Tell him your favorite snack, sir.
Gansito?
No. Your favorite snack to make from leftovers.
Oh, you mean my favorite meal to make from leftovers? Sandwiches.
Like this man, which is fine. I'm not shaming him for it because I do the same thing.
We need a but we're gonna need an episode just on the weird ass sandwiches that I make.
Spaghetti sandwiches, mole sandwiches.
Yeah.
Just anything. Throw it between bread, which is fine. I'm not shaming for that because I do the same thing. Look at me. I'm a man who loves his bread.
Anything can be a sandwich as long as you can fit it between two pieces of bread, sir.
Yet you hate a burrito. Yeah, throw rice, beans, and good carne asada in a flour tortilla, roll it up, and you're like, oh, garbage.
I love flour tortillas, but that is one of the worst uses for a flour tortilla that there can be.
Do you enjoy gorditas?
I enjoy certain type of gorditas, yes.
That's same thing. Same thing. It's all encased. It's not really the same thing. It's so different. Okay, let me stop for a second. Let me stop for a second. I just gotta say, God, my favorite gorditas are from Mexico. It's been over a decade since I've been, and I just gotta throw it out there. It's from a little hole-in-the-wall place in a town close to where my parents are from, and every time I talk about Mexico, I always think about those gorditas, flour gorditas. Oh, so good. So good.
No, see, even that, like, I'm not a big tortilla eating person. Like, I'm a very, very weird Mexican. I don't eat a lot of corn tortillas. Like, if I'm gonna eat a tortilla, it's gonna be a flour tortilla. That's probably because of the way I grew up. When we were in Mexico, on the weekends, my mom used to sell food at the tianguis. Like, she would make food and handmade flour tortillas,
which are the best kind of tortilla. If it's handmade flour,
hell yeah. Like, and my mom used to sell cochinita pibil. So when you put cochinita pibil, some beans, and a handmade flour tortilla, there's nothing better than that.
Yeah, my mom used to, when my dad worked at a meat plant, my mom would go and she would make lunch for my dad, and also a bunch of extra stuff to sell for him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like almost every day or every other day fresh flour tortillas. School field trips.
No, yeah.
Don't give me money. Don't pay no. I want. She would make the flour tortillas and just put beans and cheese in it or something, yep, and roll it up.
Oh, huevo con chorizo.
Yeah.
Huevo con chorizo, beans, and a flour tortilla.
And it didn't matter if it was a little cold. It didn't matter. I didn't need to heat it up. Just
oh, God. No, especially if they're handmade.
So they weren't flour, but my parents recently came back from Mexico, and they took my baby brother with them. He's like 9, and he's on the spectrum, somewhat functioning. Anyways, he loves food, but he's very picky about food. And they went over there, and he refused to eat tortillas if they were from the guy they would buy from in the mornings. Mm-hmm. He would only eat them if my mom or grandma would make them.
Ooh.
So they would go to visit some family, and they would give him a plate, and he was like, no, and he just pushed the tortillas to the side unless they were, like, he saw them being handmade. he was so picky about that. And then he also wanted rice and beans with everything. But no, see, that's why I'm fat. That's why I'm fat. Flour tortillas. I think that's the main reason.
Differently.
Oh,
the
it
food just
does.
tastes different
It
whenever
does.
it's fresh made.
Some queso fresco just on there. Oh, just
And
just some butter, you know, and
like
a little some sal.
there's the supermarket down. Well, I would say down the street. It's probably
Oh, was
what's
this
it
the one
good?
that you sent me to that like you have to line up early on
Yeah,
Sundays because it
yeah.
gets fucking. Yeah, oh, that was good.
The flour
Yeah,
tortillas from that place.
yeah. Oh, I haven't been in
Man,
years, sir. I forgotten about that.
like that's one of the places where probably once a week, one of us will go by and pick up some flour tortillas because they have a it's basically the supermarket has their own tortilleria inside,
Hmm.
and they have two machines. They've got a machine that makes the regular corn tortillas, and they've got one side where it's all flour tortillas. And if you get there in the morning, they're fresh made. You go to grab the tortillas, you start burning your hand because the tortillas are coming straight out of the machine, and they're
Yep,
fresh.
yep. God, it's so good. Like, yeah, because every other Michoacana or um, Mexican grocery store, a lot of them they do their own tortillas there, and they'll do flour, and they're all the flour ones are usually about the same. Like the
Yeah,
corn is usually better at some places, but the flour is almost always the same. But this
it
place is different, and
yeah it's the recipe.
shockingly, now you may have tried it differently and wouldn't agree anymore, but a place that I wouldn't say comes close, but it's up there. A 7-Eleven,
What?
the one off of um the one that has their own tortilla maker.
Are you talking about the one with the taco place
Yeah,
inside?
yeah.
Uh, and you know that
They're
those are they're a lot more common now. Like that's the new version of 7-Elevens. Like
mm-hmm,
that was one of the that one we're talking about. I forgot what they're called. They have a special style, and
mm-hmm.
it's basically 7-Eleven. It's a higher end 7-Eleven
Yeah,
with a not it's I think it's the Laredo Taco Company.
yeah. That's it.
Yeah, and so they have their own. They have a restaurant, a taco place inside where they basically do flour
Yeah.
tortillas.
Mm-hmm.
They do, and you get whatever taco you want with the meat they
Yeah,
got there. And it
and
was pretty good.
and
Uh,
I was very surprised by how good their flour tortillas were, especially from a 7-Eleven. You wouldn't expect that.
yeah,
At least not here in the states. Go to 7-Eleven, probably anywhere else in the world, and
and the world expects some
so
bomb ass food.
yeah. I mean, not to completely diss on 7-Eleven. I grew up on 7-Eleven. My teenage years, young adult. Going getting some taquitos, uh,
That,
some
that
big gulps, double gulps. Before some epic gaming sessions. That's what we do. We'd go get us each a double gulp, some taquitos, and play play a SmackDown versus Raw and Halo for hours and hours. Some FIFA
hell,
in there, yeah.
that was my lunch for a long time uh, at work. Like, go to 7-Eleven, go grab a big bite hot dog and a drink,
Hmm.
and you're good.
Yeah. Yeah. No, 7-Eleven is good when it's fresh. But ain't nobody
But
got time to sit there and order fresh food, so sometimes you just gotta take what you can get.
yeah,
Yeah. I used to enjoy when Coke and these other companies used to do the bottle cap rewards were
mm,
instant winners,
yeah,
and we would. So my dad worked for Coca Cola for a long time, so we get a lot of uh, bottles, were stupid cheap. So we had a lot of winners a lot of times. So it'd go like, okay, that my mom would send me with like 6 winners, and I'd go over to me and my brother. We walk over to 7-Eleven, get us our free sodas, and we each, as we're exiting, we each pop one open, and like, oh, winner, and we go right back.
Like, go back
Yeah.
inside.
Uh, they should bring that back. Well, they do rewards, but you have to like log it in and
Yeah, you have to go to the website,
mm,
agree to terms and conditions,
yeah, and do
and
all
add the
that.
points. Yeah.
Yeah, that's too much work. I knew a guy that would do that. At one of my old jobs, like he would he would ask around for everybody's bottle caps. Like, hey, don't throw that away and save me your bottle cap. And like he was saving up for a mini fridge. Like he was super close to one.
Oh,
I'm like,
nice.
that's shit. Like that's cool. No like no cost to him. Just all he did was just ask people for their bottle caps.
Mm.
I mean, power to him.
Yeah. And I guess to throw a wrench in your whole me hating Tex-Mex,
Mm-hmm.
one of the best places, one of the other good places that have flour tortillas is Rosa's Cafe.
Mm. Oh, I haven't been there
Yeah,
forever.
yeah, their tortillas are damn good as well.
Mm.
Like sometimes when I have to drive out to, if it's early in the morning, I gotta drive out to Paris. I'll swim by and order some breakfast tacos there,
Mm-hmm.
and the tortillas are there damn good.
God, I love breakfast tacos. It's probably one of my favorite food groups. Breakfast tacos. I just love breakfast food in general, but breakfast tacos are up there,
Yeah.
way up there. Um, so with how you just obsess over ramen and go 40 minutes out of your way for ramen every other day, uh, one of the things that I do that for is Korean barbecue.
Oh yeah, you're
Oh,
the one that got me into Korean
oh
barbecue.
my god! And there's a place that's a bit of a drive, but it's in Little Korea, in Denton, Carrollton area, and it's probably our go-to spot for all of our meetups.
Yeah, that whole area right there. Yeah.
Yep. Like I want to take my dad to there in Fogle, because I know he'll love it. I just haven't had a chance to take him. I've taken my sisters. I've taken my mom. I just haven't been able to take my dad. But like I can probably open my door right now and yell out again to my wife, and she's like, "We're going," and she'll be really mad at me just for saying it. But oh my god, like Gen Korean barbecue is my favorite place to go to. I don't think I like it used to be Roadhouse. I
Hmm.
I like I still love Roadhouse, but I think Gen is my kind of my go to if I wanna spend just a little bit more than than getting like a $10-$12 meal somewhere, and if I haven't eaten all day, it's always that's my go to. Gen Korean barbecue. Oh, so good.
Yeah.
So good. I don't even know how many times I've been there. I wanna. I'm not going to, but I've considered doing. I don't know if you've seen the TikToks where it's Mexican families and they bring tortillas to
I've seen those
Korean
TikToks.
barbecue.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen those. Yeah,
Can't take us
especially
nowhere.
especially because the what is it, the Korean barbecue is really known for their short ribs,
Mm.
and that is one of
Tablitas for us. Mm.
tablitas exactly.
Oh,
It's one of the
oh yes.
essential carne asadas. I'm like, when I
Oh,
saw one of those sticks, I was like, well, yeah, that makes sense. Tablitas right there.
yep. Oh, and to my wife, she and she big foodie as well,
Hmm.
and loves her tacos, loves her Mexican food. Doesn't like tablitas. Like I can make almost anything else, and that's the one
Hmm.
thing she doesn't like. She doesn't like tablitas, which I'm okay. That's more for me. Fuck
Yeah.
it. um, but fuck, now, damn it, I'm a cook. Oh, my camera went off focus. I moved too fast. Um, damn, now I need a. No, I'm on a. Oh, I'm meal
Saturday,
prepping. I am meal prepping. I don't need to
but,
be
but
cooking
Saturday,
out.
sir. But Saturday,
What
Korean barbecue.
Saturday? No, no, no,
Yeah.
sir. No, the Rumbles is Saturday.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Rumbles is Saturday, so that's what I'm.
Okay, then you're cooking out on Saturday night. I'm going over there to your place.
Uh oh, we
That's
lost your
what it sounds.
camera.
Yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
yeah. I pressed
So, so,
yeah, yeah. I pressed space.
so I'm
Like
cooking. I'm cooking out Saturday for the Rumble.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I'm, I'm down for that. I can I can probably manage that. You know, work it into my meal plan. You know, I mean, I could always, you know, use the extras and portion them out for my meals the rest of the week. You know, it could
Yeah,
work.
just think about it. You're gonna have a got an asada all your meals the rest of the week. What?
Protein would be, you know, be done, and I just make. Oh fuck! Damn it! Let me remember.
As you guys can see, we're horrible influence for each other. Well, especially me for him and his wife.
Yes, no. These. So let me tell you about these two. I don't know if I told this story before.
You probably
So
haven't.
I've been on and off keto for the last few years. Have seen some amazing results from it. Well, during one of those stints, um, Aniki and my wife were like, you know what? Fuck it. We need to get on keto. Look at Daniel getting all sexy and slim over there. We need to do it too. He makes it look so easy. So, and I was like, oh, super proud of them. I'm like, go for it. Yeah, make some healthy choices.
Sure, healthy choice.
Day day one of them, you know, they made the agreement. We're gonna start tomorrow. Day one of them on keto. They're like, hey, you want to meet up for lunch? Yeah, let's meet up for lunch. I'm at work, by the way, and they go they go to Snuffers, and I don't know what happened, but next, all of a sudden, there's burgers and cheese fries in front of them, just because they have no self control with food.
Yeah,
Worse so when it's them too.
that yes, that's 100% true. Like me and your wife, we could we could what's her saying? You know, we could be eating McDonald's on our own, but if we get together and we're going out somewhere, it's gonna be somewhere bougier, and it's gonna be some good food.
Yep.
We can't do McDonald's if we're meeting up together to go get food.
Yep. No, it's always a sit down place. Spending the bills at least $60. Um, it's always something extra.
Yeah,
And but that's, I mean, food's just kind of always been the central thing with all of us.
yeah.
Well,
But
say
I think
your
for
brother settled a debt with by buying ketchup.
yeah, that is true. That's when we messed up
Yep.
your coffee table.
Yeah. So one of our apartments that we moved into, we had bought a little dinette and a little breakfast table just for us to enjoy. And this man and his brother, who I love, came over to help us with the move and other stuff. Well, they were assembling our table. They turned it over, and they put nipples on our table. It was they
Well, see,
screwed it too
I'm
far
sorry.
in, and
I'm
two
sorry
holes
that
just poking up through the table.
the instructions were not clear enough to tell us that we were supposed to use the smaller screws versus the screws we used.
I'm pretty sure the instructions did say that,
I'm
but
sure. I'm sure they did, but the issue is that we never read instructions.
well, it, well that happened. Nipples were put on our table, and so your brother was in debt to my wife at that point for what he did. And a few weeks later, I forget, either we were making fries or we were doing something at the
I
house.
think you guys were eating burgers.
Yeah, I think
You guys were gonna
probably
eat
burgers
some
and fries. Yeah,
burgers and fries.
and we were out of ketchup, and we were like at that apartment. We were probably, yeah, we were across the street from a Kroger's. But
Hmm.
I think I jokingly told her, you know, about how your brother owed her money and owed her for the table, and to just like message him. So she did. Like, hey, bring me a ketchup bottle, settle your debt. And that was probably a 15-minute drive for him.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, no, the next within the half hour, he showed up with a brand new ketchup bottle.
Now, see, there, I'm not sure whether it's back then if he was afraid of your wife, or just trying to settle the debt, or a
a
little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
little both, yeah, little both. Um, it was she forced ice cream on him, just
Not just him.
Him and our other friend just forced ice cream on them. Um, we went and
It
left
was
cereal at y'all's doorstep,
you,
and
you guys left a box of different food staples. It was cereal, what I think oatmeal. It was a good sized box
yeah,
where like
because your brother during the ice cream had kept opening his mouth and meant just kept digging himself a hole. So after apparently she forced him to eat uh, bowls of ice cream that he didn't
yeah,
want, she started preparing a to go package for him because he kept opening his mouth,
I
talking
remember.
shit. So that's where that box came from, and next thing you know, it's left at our door. He didn't take it, so yeah, that's where we took a drive at midnight, 1 in the morning, and left it at y'all's doorstep.
Yeah, yeah, I remember waking up the next morning and hey, there's a box of stuff outside. Yeah,
You've heard the phrase "kill him with kindness." Yeah, that's my wife.
yeah.
Oh, but
But yeah, like for us, for you, your wife, and myself, like our friendship started with food,
mm-hmm.
like going out to eat and going out to different places. Because I, I think we've mentioned it before. I'm the oldest in the group. I'm the old man because I'm what like at least 6 years older than you guys. Uh,
Yeah,
the majority of I
our
think your wife.
average is a lot of us average about 30.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you guys are 30. I'm 36. You so so like the first time I met you guys, it was a little bit a little bit awkward because I think you guys were still in high school and yeah, you guys were still or high school or graduating, like, and then I was 6 years
We were
older.
graduating. Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, I think we had graduated. We had just graduated. Yeah.
yeah, you guys had just graduated because I had dropped my brother off uh to meet up with you guys a couple times before that,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I had seen you guys before, but that was the extent of it until that time that we're like, my brother was like, hey, we're gonna go bowl. I need you to take me to go bowling. You want to
Mm-hmm.
go bowling too?
Yeah.
And that's where I met you guys, and then from there, I think the ones that the ones that I connected more with later on was you and your wife, and guess same thing. It was a thing where like, hey, let's go get something to eat.
Yep. And that from since then, yeah, that's been a thing. Hey, let's go get food. Let's
Yeah,
go get food. Let's go get food. Doesn't matter what time.
like the time we stayed till like 3 in the morning over at Pinocho.
Pinochos. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, that was. We just kept getting rounds of tacos.
yeah,
Oh. But excuse me. It does feel like it's been a while because I've been. It's probably from being sick and not having recorded and talked for such a period of time. My throat's starting to hurt.
oh wow.
It's not like I'm a professional or anything. Shit, I'm disappointed in myself.
Man, and then I've been lucky enough not to get sick. Everybody else in the house has gotten sick this
I
last
know.
week.
Yeah, no. Same here. Me and my wife got in sick. Luckily, the kids haven't. So we're grateful for that.
Yeah,
I know. See, what one of our other go-to places, which is when we have money, places to splurge. Fogo de Chão,
for the
Brazilian
child.
Brazilian steakhouse. Excuse
Yeah,
me. That's always a nice treat. Haven't
yeah.
been in a haven't been in a no.
No, we went last year. I don't remember. It's been a good 4 or 5 months since we went.
Me and my wife went about 2 months ago, I think.
Yeah, I went with you guys last time.
Hmm.
Last time that you convinced your wife convinced your cousin to pay.
Look, we so my cousin doesn't do anything with his money. The man I love you, man. I love you. He works and then goes home. That's all he does. and he just eats uh, tacos and burgers every day. That's just all he would do for years. And then me and my wife started introducing him to finer foods, you know, just how she did with me, because I was the same way. We started taking him along to places, and he would he would just start paying for it, and that became kind of the arrangement. We would introduce him to good food, you know,
Shabu shabu,
and he would pay for it. And
like the time.
he's done that a few times at Fogo.
Yeah, but for sure, Fogo is definitely it's definitely a good place to go eat. It's I haven't tried Cafe de Brazil,
Hmm.
but uh, Fogo, the quality of the meat and the meat itself is
Yeah. God,
chef's kiss.
I
Like,
keep Walmart sells picanha now, and like I keep that's at least the Walmart that I'm by, and it's always the, um, the prime as well. So,
mhm.
and
Ooh,
I keep waiting for it to either they'll mark it down because it's not selling and make it that day, um, or
that's
just
not
budget
that.
it in.
I bet you that doesn't happen. It doesn't go down
It's
in
happened
price
once.
once.
Yep, it was marked down. I bought it right away. Um, but I know I can get it right, especially my barrel cooker, hanging it in there. I'm
Hmm.
trying to get it as good as Focal, and that's my thing. That's what got me into barbecue. I went down to Austin, had some amazing barbecue. Big Cat Barbecue. They're unfortunately closed now. Amazing brisket, and I was like, "Fuck! I need to be able to make this at home." And that's what got me into barbecue. So the same thing with Fogo. I want to be able to make picanha at home, and
I think the
I know I can
difference
do it.
though is the way that it's cooked, isn't it?
Hmm.
Because the churrascaria, the Brazilian
Yeah,
steakhouse, it's on a skewer that turns.
yeah. See, and that's why I feel like I can get close to it in my barrel
Hmm.
because it's on a skewer, it hangs, and with the barrel cooker, it's not it's it's not necessarily slow cooking because some people do hot and fast, which is they, over 300, low and slow like 225. This
Hmm.
one is about 275, so it's a little closer to the hot and fast.
Okay.
And so when you hang things in there, it does an amazing job. So I'm just kind of playing with that. I can get the temperature higher, and I can just keep talking about barbecue and different methods of cooking with that. But essentially, there are ways to get it to cook a little higher, a little faster, which I think that will be the key. Get the temperature a little up, so it I don't know, or maybe searing it. I don't know. It's I'm not gonna
I
go
I,
into it because then I'm not really gonna shut up about it, because I love my
I
barrel
think
cooker and all the techniques with it.
I
But
think the other thing that also you probably need to take into account is the charcoal or wood that they use, because that's definitely gonna
oh yeah, no,
change the flavor.
no for sure. I want to switch to some uh not so just the what do you call them, the lump charcoal. I want to give that a
Hmm.
try. I think that's
Yeah,
excuse me, that'll be the way to go.
yeah.
um Another
But
go ahead.
I was gonna say, but the same way that you're talking about how you like barbecue, you got some real good barbecue, and now you try to emulate it. It's the same thing that's happened to me with steaks. Like, I love me a good steak,
Same.
and
We're probably the
it
biggest steak eaters in our group.
and the thing is, steak ain't cheap.
It's
Like,
not.
if we
It's not.
if we go,
Good steak is not cheap.
yeah, good steak's not cheap. Like,
Ribeyes are not cheap. That's
exactly.
because a
But
lot of times New York strips will go on sale more often than
T-bones,
anything else. T-bones will go on sale.
T-bones will go. Like, my favorite thing is whenever the ribeyes and the New York strips go on sale at Thumb Thumb, and it's like, hey, you buy five of them, and it's 4.5 pounds. It's only gonna cost you $20. I'm gonna grab 2 or 3 packs of those,
Whatever the
put
limit is. Hmm.
put it in my freezer, and then I can make a steak. And that's the thing. Like, I love steak. I love going out to eat a steak, but same thing. It's freaking expensive. So
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten to a point where like I feel I can make a good enough steak for me,
Yeah.
and a good enough steak for here at the house that I'll uh I'll cook I'll cook I'll cook steak, either mashed potatoes or some other. My brother would say some other kind of concoction that I find on the internet,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll make some sweet potatoes. I'll make a full meal out of it,
Yeah.
and I'll feed everybody here in the house uh, for a quarter or half of what I'm gonna spend if we all went out to eat.
Exactly. Yeah, no, for sure. We last year it was I had like three of those packs in the freezer,
Mhm.
and we were trying to plan. We are like, okay, what are we gonna do for dinner? And I can't remember what we did for Thanksgiving, but I was like, let's do steaks. So I just defrosted all those steaks. It was about 15 steaks I think I did, and yeah, I defrosted all those packs and and
Well, yeah,
I
that's a good thing of having
don't think I didn't do a deep freeze. Yeah,
that deep freeze. Yeah.
don't think I didn't do a cast iron. I just did on the grill. Didn't give it the true love and attention if it was like just for me and my wife, because that's the only time I'll go extra. Do it with or I bust out the cast iron for it. If it's for the family, then fuck them. I'm just I'm I'll I'll give it a char. Then in the I like using my pit boss for that because it works like an oven. Has an
Mm.
open flame. Throw it on open flame. Get the char on it, and then just throw it to the side. Close it. Throw it aside. Let it get temp. Cast iron dough, so much better.
Oh man,
Even my wife gets a little upset when I'll make a bunch of steaks and I don't use the cast iron.
no, it's just like you're saying. Like for holiday, you've cooked uh last same thing last 2 years for either Thanksgiving or one of the three, Thanksgiving, Christmas, or New Year's. We've had steaks, and I've made the steaks, but I do go and I've the past 2.5 years. I've I love cast iron. I love my cast iron
Mm-hmm.
pans. I've collected a bunch of them. So when it comes time to cook, I have four cast iron pans on the stove, and I'm just switching between them, putting in the oven to finish cooking, then
Yeah,
bringing them back out. Get some butter, some
yeah,
garlic, some rosemary. Like we have our own rosemary bushes here at the house, and
yeah,
all I gotta do is go out, cut a couple branches,
yeah.
and finish cooking. Yeah,
See,
like I
the difference though, I think we each have about the same number of people in our houses. Uh,
mhm.
your house is full of grown people, or at least people who are at the age where they appreciate all that
Yeah,
effort. I don't.
you got kids.
These kids see me making steak and like, is that chicken? Like, no.
Is
Or
that gonna come with fries?
I, I got one that doesn't appreciate the fatty bits of a ribeye, which is,
Oh, come
oh,
on.
I know. Um, my daughter does huge
Your
huge meat
daughter's a good
huge
steak
huge meat
fan.
huge meat eater. Um, so I have my cutting board area and my main workstation and on the island, and she knows the little corner um on the top left. Anything that goes there is her samples. Because as I'm prepping, cutting out, this doesn't matter. If I'm food at the house, I mean food that I'm cooking for us. If it's a catering thing, an order, don't matter. I'll always chop. I'll be chopping up brisket or steak, something. Put a little bit to the side right there. She doesn't even ask. She just knows to walk up, and that's where she's grabbing her stuff. She just has a mouthful of steak or brisket. She's a big meat eater.
Man,
But even still,
and
I,
ribs.
gosh, she loves ribs. Her and my wife love ribs. She'll My wife can finish a rack by herself. My daughter could probably finish a half a rack.
Yeah.
Um, man, all right. So I guess we'll wrap it up here. Next time we'll talk more about some your restaurants that you want to visit, or we'll talk about something completely different. We don't know yet. That'll be in 2 weeks. Um,
We should actually try to make this like actually a congruent thing. It might make more sense for the show, you know.
I mean, we could. I mean, I could for sure talk few hours. You know,
You can talk barbecue forever. I can talk about restaurants that I want to go to or food I want to try.
you mean Mikey Chang restaurants?
I've got a list of them right here,
That's
sir.
a separate
I,
episode. Just
I've
just
got a list.
just those restaurants, aside from other restaurants.
It's like one of the places that I did after watching one of his videos, uh, and I got the chance to go and actually try it was the bacchanal buffet over at Caesar's Palace. That is by far one of my favorite buffets I've ever tried.
Mm-hmm.
The food there is damn good. The time I went there, I got lucky. It was a holiday weekend, so they had a special menu.
Mm-hmm.
And god damn that food, sir! Like, if we ever go to Vegas,
Which
that
is
is
hopefully soon.
Hopefully,
Are we going for the when we were young?
Yeah, right.
For that scam.
But that's definitely one of the places we should go to. To the Bacchanal buffet.
Oh no,
they have a Texas barbecue buffet out there, sir, where the beef ribs are part of the buffet.
God damn. So much good food in Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm excited to go one day. I'll throw this out there real quick, just because I know he doesn't listen to this, because he doesn't love me. My cousin, he goes to Vegas. I've told you this before, how he goes to Vegas regularly for his job, and has maybe like very regular, like every few months, like probably every 2 months, he's out in Vegas for something, and because of his coworkers, because they don't want to, because they only want to do Chick-fil-A and Jack in the Box, he just goes along with them, even though he knows good food now, and he knows there are good restaurants out there.
Man,
he doesn't go to them. He sticks to fast food. It pisses me off every time. He'll have.
And he has the money for it.
Yep.
He has the money for it.
He'll have one good meal while out there, and that's their final day out there, where I think the owner takes them all out to a fancy dinner. And that's it. When he could be experiencing amazing food every day, but he doesn't, only because, well, I don't want to go by myself. Like, fuck you.
It's like one of the better breakfast / brunch I've ever had there is at Wicked Spoon. That's again one of the restaurants that one of the brunch places at the on the strip.
Mm-hmm.
Man, like your wife will love it. It's probably better than Snooze.
We love Snooze.
Yeah, we love
Snooze. Damn. All right. Anyway, let's say about that for another episode. We'll wrap it up here. Thank you for listening. Let us know about what your favorite restaurants are. What your favorite food types. You know, tell us how much you love Tex-Mex and how Diego is like the only man in the world who absolutely hates Tex-Mex.
Tell me what's a good Tex-Mex restaurant, and I'll see if I'll go and taste it.
Yeah, leave a list in the comments, and he'll go and try them out. He'll vlog himself going there. He'll make a TikTok out of it or something. He's technologically capable. He can do it.
I can videotape myself. Well, videotape myself. I can take my my GoPro and record.
Yeah, he won't need help with that. Absolutely no help. Make sure you leave 5 stars on Spotify. That's available now. You know, make sure to rate, subscribe, follow, drop those stars on iTunes, Spotify, like and share on YouTube. It's on we're on Google Podcasts as well. I'm not sure how that rating system works. I should probably click on that website and find out. As always, thank you to SkylarFox and HyperCircuit for the intro and outro. Love y'all. And I love the song, you know. Appreciate it. They didn't make it for us. I just, saw all their
We
stuff.
just borrowed it.
Yeah, we borrowed it with permission. I reached out. I just really liked their stuff, and I was like, "Hey, can I use this?" And they said, "Yeah," because they're awesome. So go check them out on Spotify. Links are always down below. Speaking of links, all our socials are also down below or above. I don't know which format you're listening or watching this on, but click on them. We're Grumpy Beards on almost everything. We're most active on Instagram. I post semi-regularly on there. This man has the capability for it as well, but he just doesn't choose to go on there.
I just need to find the login information you sent me and actually put it on my phone.
Yeah, eventually. It's very easy, sir. I navigate between like 6 Instagram accounts. You just click and move.
And I have one, and I have to keep reminding myself that I gotta post on it. That's like this weekend. Not this weekend, but next weekend. The first, it's the what is it? It's February 4th through the 6th. I'm gonna be at WeebCon here in the DFW. It's in Allen, Texas. So if you guys are gonna be there, come say hi. I'm gonna have a booth out there.
Mention this podcast. Get buy one get one thing off, one thing free.
What are you talking about, sir?
I'm sorry. Buy one thing get one thing 10% off. You mentioned this podcast. Was that not the special? Oh shit, my bad. Buy one get one thing 25% off. There we go.
Oh, 25%.
Is that better? Did I get it right? Let me look at my ad read.
Yeah.
This podcast has been brought to you by Aniki's Otaku no Senkai. Come see him this first weekend of February at WeebCon. Find him in the dealer's room where he will have double the space from normal. Find an assortment of pops, anime figurines, wall scrolls, keychains, and other lanyards and other perverted stuff that he keeps in the back. Make sure to ask him about it.
No perverted stuff. I haven't been able to buy pillows.
Mention this podcast and he'll show you the good stuff in the back. Fuck, I guess that's it. Well, I think we're done. Enough joking around.
Definitely went off tangent there.
We rambled. All right, y'all. Till next time. This has been another episode of the Grumpy Beards podcast. Bye bye.
See you guys.